Creating content and perfectionism, and how it stops you from growing. Let's talk about it. Roll it. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nikos. This is mentorsapproach.com, where we strive to make a video each and every week to get you thinking and moving in the right direction. So hit subscribe. Today we're talking about perfectionism and how it forces you to go in the wrong direction of your content making ability, and of course hinders your growth since you're not posting stuff so people can see that content that you're creating. They don't see that messaging that you're trying to present to your target audience. And then of course, because of that, you start to see everything decline if you've started, and you don't get that return on investment you were looking for, whether that's time, energy, or money. So let's take a step back and really ask ourselves, why am I making this video in the first place? Well, there's many people that I've been having conversations with that just can't seem to start. And they can't seem to start because of a reason here, a reason there, a reason there. And they're always blaming something. It's almost like a victim mentality of life. There's always something happening and I can't get it perfect. And because of that, I won't release a video. I won't release a blog. I won't release a podcast. I won't release even something I wrote. I can't even get some tweets out, for God's sakes. Let's take a step back. Let's think about this. What is your messaging and where is it going? And does it need to be perfect? Let's really think about the idea that you're going to be creating something. How many people will be seeing it? Let's just take a step back. That's all. If you don't start, then how do you know where you're going to go? You could start and nobody watches anything. And yes, you could start and it could explode overnight and you have a organic growth that is amazing, that goes viral. And people go, well, if it's not good quality, then why would I want to risk it? And it's like, the probability of you going viral is negligible. At the same time, okay, if it does, then it means that quality was good enough for you to go viral. Which is great. Which means what? It means that you can improve on that and make it better. So we need to start somewhere. The quality of whatever content you're creating needs to be based on whatever your capabilities are today. And then we want to grow based on what we see as the reaction that's coming back from the audience that's watching, that's listening, that's reading. I've had some great stuff that I've written in the past where my English sucked. And I was like, wow, people actually read this stuff. It was horrible English. My English has improved significantly over the years, especially my writing. But I started and I sucked. And then my friend that teaches English, she's like, before you send something out, let me read it. And then she helped guide me into better writing, which meant that those views I was getting and those responses from people started to grow. But I started and I realized that I needed to write better, but not as in an awesome writer, direct writing, being very specific, removing the fluff. And that took many, many posts to get there. So the idea here is to take a step back and ask yourself, what is it that you really need as a response to what is occurring from the feedback you're getting? And that's it. You need to start in order to understand and recognize it. There's been coaches that I've talked to. I've been in programs. I've talked to these big guys who were like, I'm the best at this. And I was like, why isn't, this video doing anything for me? Or why isn't this writing doing it? And it was the vague response and the vague advice, because they didn't have any stats to follow and understand why things were struggling. So even the greatest of the best couldn't help me because I didn't have enough data to support that idea of the feedback the direction that feedback was giving me so I can make changes. And that's because we didn't start. And perfectionism does this. See, when you start to be this mentality that says, hey, you need to be perfect before you launch because people are going to be watching this, you don't actually understand what's perfect to the world, to that target market, to that audience you're going for, but rather you're being perfect to you, which means it's going to take you forever to get to that perfect. And by the time you get to that perfect, you've missed the boat on the actual audience. And when you do launch, you're already at perfect for you. And what happens in that case? Because I've been there. What happens in that case? Well, guess what? Now you're biased and you're like, I worked super hard for this. I know what's perfect. You guys don't appreciate it. And you go through this mentality. Now, it's not that harsh, of course, but you go through this mentality where you start to be hard on yourself and you go, do I suck? Like, I thought I was making great content. I was making excellent quality. The sound's awesome, the video's awesome, my writing's awesome, whatever it is that you've been trying to be perfect at. And now you become biased and you keep doing what you've been doing because you think it's just going to work eventually. Meanwhile, the competitor down the street has understood their target audience. They've taken the feedback and they're making the level of quality they need to in order for the content to grow online. And a lot of the time when people focus on the quality, they forget about their content. They forget about the messaging behind their content. They forget exactly what it is that they're trying to achieve, the goal of that content. And they don't actually make a connection to the fact that that content isn't what the target audience wants or needs. And they don't want